Hi, here we are going to see about the unit 4 continuation. So in this topic we are going to see about the what is IP laws, and then we are going to see what are the cyber laws and the digital content protections are available. Then its importance of cyber law. After that we are going to see about the protection about the cyber attacks, and also the types of cyber crimes are available in the online performances. So let me see one by one. Cyberspace. So cyberspace is that it includes computers, network softwares, data storage devices such as hard disk, USB disk, etc. So the internet's websites, emails, and even in electronic devices such as cell phones, ATM machines, etc. are also occurs in the cyberspace. So, cyber law, it is also called as a IT law, and it is the law regarding the information technology which will include the computers and internet. So, it is related to legal informatics and supervises the digital circulation of information, softwares, everything that way, and also the e-commerce. So, the cyberspace is includes the hard disk, USB disk for most of the purposes. Cybercrime. So any offense or crime which have been occurred in the computer which is used for a cybercrime. So every actions will be actions and reactions will be overtaken by the cyberspace, and they have the some legal issues. So they will follow the offenses of the computers and find out the details and data which have ever been saved in the system. Computer as a target. So most of them have used the computer to attack the other computers. So by using for the attack process, they have used the hacking process, or else we can submit the virus or worm attacks through the computers. Then we are also attacks through the DOS, etc. So according to the Ministry of Electronic and Information Technology, the Government of India, that is cyber laws, will yield legal recognition to the electronic documents and the structure to support the e-filing and e-commerce transactions, which is also provides the legal structure to reduce the check cyber crimes. Computer as a weapon. So most of the computers are used as a weapons. So they have used their computer to commit the real world crimes. So all the crimes will be occurs in the computers. So that is used as a weapon for most of the terrorism, everything else. Whatever else the drawbacks are occurs in the crimes are occurs in the world, it will be done through the computers. For example, cyber terrorism, IPR violations, credit card frauds, EFT frauds, pornography, etc. So all will be happens through the computers. So this will lead to most of the crimes in our world day-to-day life. Cyber laws. So most of the cyber laws will be that IT laws, which will does not constitute a separate area of laws, rather it closes the different aspects of contracts, intellectual property, privacy, and data protection laws. So the intellectual property is a key element of IT laws. So the area of software license is controversial and still evolving in Europe and elsewhere. So cyber law can also be described as a branch of law that deals with the legal issues which is related to the computers and internet. Next is the economic factors. So the mid of the 90s, we have seen impetus in globalization and computerization, with more and more nations which is computerizing their governance and e-commerce, which is seeing an enormous growth. So the growth of the electronic commerce has been tripled the need for vibrant and effective regulatory mechanism, which would further strengthen the legal infrastructures. So the main importance of cyber laws are it will covers all the transactions over the internet. and the cyber laws will contain different types of purposes. So some laws will create the rules for how individuals and companies will use their computers and the internet, while some laws protects the people from becoming the victims of crimes. So through that activities on the internet. Urgent need. So with much of international trade being done through electronic communication and with the email gaining momentum, an urgent and imminent need was felt for recognizing the electronic records. So it should be international trade, and it should gain an electronic communication with the email gaining momentum, and you have to urgent and imminent needs was felt for the recognizing electronic records. Next is the global response. So the United Nations Commission on International Trade Law has adopted the model law on e-commerce in 1996. So the General Assembly of United Nations will be passed a resolution in January 1997. So they have maintained a particular cyber attacks in their legal responses. Scope. So the cyber law will encompass cyber crimes, electronics and digital signatures, intellectual property issues, data protection and privacy matters. Okay, next is the cyber crimes will be happens in any methods, and it will be overcome the crimes whichever occurs in the computer system. So likewise, to reduce this crimes, we are going for the electronic and digital signature, intellectual property. So most of the protection methods are following through cyber laws. Indian initiative. So India enacted the Information Technology Act of 2000 and in the IT Amendment Act of 2008. So this IT Act will define the computer network, data, informations and all other necessary ingredients which will be forms the part of the cybercrime. So the cybercrimes will be the Indian initiative, and they have initiated the methods to different information technology to process the networks. Next is the Indian context. So that is the cyber laws in India will be the combination of intellectual property, privacy laws, data protection, contract, everything. So they will protect the files of the country from databases and also protect the intellectual property rights. So it will cover the digital circulation of information, software, information security, e-commerce and monetary transactions. Next is the preface to IT Act 2000. So it should be provides that we can have a legal recognition for transactions, and it is carried out by means of electronic data, that is interchange and storage of information. So we have to facilitate the electronic filing of documents with government agencies. So this will be provides the preface to the IT Act, and that is the information technology will protect all the documents which have been filed in the government. Amendments. So that is the Indian Penal Code is introduced in the year of 1860, and Indian Evidence Act in 1872, and Bankers Books Evidence Act in 1891, and Reserve Bank of India Act was introduced in the year of 1934. So these are the amendments we have introduced in our day-to-day lives. Scope. So the act which is essentially deals with the following issues, that is legal recognition of electronic documents, legal recognition of digital signature, offences and contraventions, justice dispensation system for the cyber crimes. Everything will be introduced in the following issues to deal with the electronic documents level, and it should be all followed through the legal advices. Need. So strongly cyber law was needed to address the cyber crimes, electronic and digital signature, intellectual property and data protection, privacy. types. So there are more different types of crimes are occurs. So first thing will be the identity theft. So when the personal information of the person is stolen with the purpose of using their financial resources or to take a loan or credit card in their name. So this is the identity theft. Second thing will be the cyber terrorism, that is it should be targeted and attacks on the military installations, power plants, air traffic control, banks, train traffic control, telecommunication networks are the most likely targets. Cyberbullying. So cyberbullying is that we can protect the person harasses, defames or intimidates someone with the use of internet, phone, chat rooms, instant messaging or any other social networking. Next is the hacking. Hacking means that is the person will get the access to other people's computers and passwords to use it for own wrongful gains. Defamation. So defamation is that nothing but we have to go, while every individual has his right to speech on internet platforms, but if there are statements cross a line and harm the reputation of individual or organization. Copyright violations. So the use of the copyrighted content without the proper permission is a punishable offence. Trade secret theft. Unauthorized and illegal use of softwares, applications and tools of others is a punishable offence. Harassment and stalking. Harassment and stalking are prohibited over internet platforms as well as cyber laws, which will protect the victims and prosecute the offender against his offence. Unauthorized access. So it means any kind of access without the permission of either the rightful owner or person in charge of the computer systems or computer networks. Trojan attack. So Trojan attack is that the program that acts like something useful but do the things that are quite daunting. So the program of this kind are called as Trojans. The name Trojan horse is popular. It has two parts. One is the client part and server part. When the victims use the server on its machines, means the attacker will use the client to connect to the server and start using the Trojan. TCP or IP protocol is the usual protocol type and it is used for communications. Worm, so virus. So that is the program that has capability to infect the other programs and make copies of itself and spread into the program is called virus. Worm. So that is the program that multiply the like viruses and it can spread over from computer to computer called worms. Email spoofing. So email spoofers will refers to the email that appears to have been originated from one source to it was actually sent from another source. Email spamming. It is refers to the sending email to thousands and thousands of users, which is similar to the chain letter. And next is email bombing. So email bombing is characterized by the abusers, which is repeatedly sending the identical email message to particular address. Sending threatening emails, email frauds, defamatory emails, everything will be comes under this cyber attacks. Denial of service attacks. So that is flooding of computer resource with more requests it can handle. This will cause the resource to crash, thereby denying the access of service to authorized users. For example, attempts to flood a network. IPR violations. These includes the software piracy, copyright infringement, trademark violations, theft of computer source code, patent violations, etc. Cyber squatting. So that is the domain names also were trademarks and protected by ICANN's domain dispute, which is a resolution policy under the trademark laws. So cyber squatters registers the domain name identical to popular service, which will provide the domain so as to attract their users and get benefit from it. Cyber squatters, which will register the domain name identical to popular services. Banking or credit card related crimes will be occurs when gainer access to confidential banking and financial information. So use of the stolen card information or fake credit or debit cards are common. Salami, that is the bank employees will use the programs to deduce the small amount of money from all the customers account and adding it to their own account. Sales and investment frauds. So false or fraudulent claims to solicit the investment or loans. So mercantile or services which will purchase the individuals online are never delivered. Sale of illegal articles. So this would be include the trade of narcotics, weapons and wildlife, etc. By posting the information on websites, auction websites and the bulletin boards, or simply by using the email communications. Identity theft. So when someone appropriates another individual's personal information without their knowledge to commit the theft or fraud. Data diddling. So changing the data prior or during the input into the computer. In other words, information is changed from way, that is, it should be entered by the person. It also includes automatically changing the financial information for some time before processing and restoring the original information. Theft of internet hours. So unauthorized use of internet hours will be paid by another person's. Theft of computer systems, that is hardware. Some parts of the computers or a peripheral will be attached to the computer. Physically damaging a computer or its peripherals either by shock, fire or excess electric supply, etc. Breach of privacy. Unauthorized use or distribution or disclosure of personal information like medical records, sexual preferences, financial status, etc. Breach of confidentiality. It should disclose the information to unauthorized or unwanted persons. Such valuable information will be leaked of monetary gains. Special techniques are social engineering, which is used to obtain the confidential information. Thank you.